my name is Lizzie. Each week I'm bringing along a different origami fold, and it's to encourage you to take some time out for yourself, some self-care time. These films are all dedicated to my colleagues at UCH, a hospital in London, and thinking of those caring for others to make sure that you do give yourself times when you're not thinking about your work and when you're at home to be able to do something lovely for yourself. And thinking as well, this time obviously is so challenging, and these films I hope can be useful for everybody, actually, for well-being. And just going slowly, making something beautiful with just very simple materials. I'll be showing you from just normal paper. Any paper will work, and actually it can be really fun, sort of recycling papers that would otherwise go in the bin. So this week, delighted to bring along, I think, such a beautiful star. There's something about this that I just find so lovely. It's such a perfect, beautiful shape. So it's traditional, so it's from Japan. You could use maybe different papers if you wanted, recycled, or if you have origami paper, it can be quite nice, the different colours. This one happens to be some paper I brought back from South Korea actually a few years ago, and actually there they do a lot of origami as well. But maybe if you look out for sort of sweet wrappers or that kind of, that may be something that you could fold as well. So this actually comes from a book by Peter Buchanan Simmons, and he's created this lovely collection of festive folds. The idea of making little cards and envelopes all just through folding is really neat, and he's got his own new folds, and last week I demonstrated the Santa, which I just think is amazing, but in it was the traditional star, which I'd never learnt before and I found really beautiful. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Grab yourself some paper. I'm actually going to follow that as well because it helps keep me on track too. So I've already got half a piece of paper here. This is A5 or half A4, whatever paper you have will work. So I'm going to direct the camera down, and we're first of all going to make a square, and then we'll get folding from there. So there we go, so folding along the bottom there. I've actually been making lots of stars, and that's to be able to send to family and to friends in my cards this year. I'm going to remove this rectangle. It's quite nice, actually, small bits of paper. So I would go smaller than this, to be honest. But it's always good to start off a little bit bigger so you can see what you're doing. And then maybe you can make lots of little cute stars. Again, I'm going to just remove that rectangle. Very nice, tearing the paper off. So I've done one diagonal, and now maybe if you do the other diagonal as well. There we go. So another diagonal, strong fold, like so. And next we're going to take one of these diagonal sides and fold it to that middle line, and we're going to press it just up to the midway point. That's as far as you go. And I think for all of this, try and be quite accurate, because actually the star looks perfect if the folds are perfect, but if the folds aren't, then it will start to drift a bit. So I'm going nicely through the corners, and I'm pressing up to that point, which is, you can see it will go neatly up to that line, and then opening up. So you can see I've folded it to just that midpoint. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Again, just enjoy taking your time on this. It's not about the end piece that you're making. It's about just enjoying it, and again, folding it there. Again, I've done it so the point where you can see that line, and then opening up. There we go. And I'm going to do the same on the next side. So you're going to do this on all four sides. Again, lining it up through the corner, do it so it's a nice little point, lining up like so. That's it. And then the same on the other side. There we go, through the point, and then the next side. So keep rotating round. If you've already done the line, then you've already done it. You don't need to do it again. So that line, and then the other side as well. we go. And then one more side. There we go. I just love this shape in itself. I can imagine this as a colouring, or you could actually fold this into many different things as well, I'm sure. It'd be something nice to play with. The other side. Amazing. From just a few simple principles, you're making something that already looks quite complex, haven't you? There we go. That's great. So our next move is we're going to take the bottom edge and bring it up to the middle of these triangles here. So it's the top of this, there and there. So I'm taking this up. Again, I do it on a solid surface so you can see what you're doing. I try and be really accurate for all of this. There we go. So I brought the bottom up to touch there and there. And I'm going to do the same on one other side. Another side that's touching this line. So not doing it on the opposite, but we're doing it, just turning it around 90 degrees and the same thing again. So again, I'm going to take the bottom edge and I'm going to touch it to there and to there. Like so. Good squash there. And opening it up. Wow, what a collection of lines we made. So I'm going to just tilt it round so that you've got the two cross lines at the bottom. And now I'm going to turn it over. So I'm keeping it the same way round. And next I'm going to take this line and I'm going to fold it up here. So I'm just folding a piece of paper in half. Like so. Washing it down. There we go. So as it is, you can see there's a little rim here, and so you should be able to hold on to that and just open it up. And I'm just going to tilt it round. So it's looking, again, amazing shapes going on here. And next I'm going to take the bottom edge. Make sure that you're happy that everything's nice and hold it down. What an amazing shape you've got there. We're going to take this bottom line and bring it up to the top. I'm going to take this up here and fold it up like so. Squash there. Such a neat design. And then holding again that little rim, you can see there's a little edge there, and you should be able to just pull that down. And you can see a star in the middle. I love how it's got another little octagon in the middle there as well. Isn't that a beautiful shape? So to open it up, we're just going to slowly, it's so neat, you're just gently pushing it in and you should just be able to fold in. And the same with the other side. It will sort of reform at the back. But what you're doing is just pushing it down along those lines. So it's up here and I just gently, I start with the thinner one, I find that easier, and it starts pulling the other one down and squashing it. So this is what it's looking like at the back. So it was up here and I started pushing one down and pushing the other down, and it will just squash down nicely. So that's the back, but I don't think you even need to look at the back. Just look at the front and enjoy that we will see the star emerging. So again, simply pushing that in, keeping the nice little spikes of your star. There we go. A star is forming in your hands. Again, next side. So again, I'm just pulling that in and squashing that down. It's just, oh, it's such a lovely feeling as it just slots into place. Neat shape, hey. Again, folding that in and that, and hopefully you have ended up with a really beautiful traditional star like that, and that's what it looks like at the back. So it's a really nice decoration. I hope that you've enjoyed that. It's a good one for focusing the mind, isn't it? And I hope it's brought a bit of sparkle to you as well. Thank you.